What's going on, guys? It's your boy John the Liquidator coming back with another video, and it looked like Lisa Bluder is back in the headlines, guys. For this one here, we got to go all the way up to Iowa. Let's get it. Let's go. A name we have not heard in a mighty long time has brought back new headlines. That is former Iowa Hawkeyes head coach Lisa Bluder. She just did an incredible article, and she spoke about Caitlin Clark, the current state of the WNBA. And I ain't finna waste no time with this one, bro. We finna jump right into it. Let's head on over to Google. It's being reported that Lisa Bluder reveals two biggest challenges of coaching Caitlin Clark. Former Iowa Hawkeyes head coach Lisa Bluder got real about the reality of coaching Caitlin Clark. Now, if you guys remember, you've been here on the channel for a mighty long time, bruh. We covered Caitlin Clark's incredible run at Iowa right here on JTL channel. Now, with that being said, let's dive more into this article. It's wild to remember that less than 2 years ago, Caitlin Clark was still playing college basketball and at the University of Iowa. Given all that Caitlin Clark has already experienced and accomplished in the WNBA since her time, her iconic college run feels like years ago. Guys, if you remember, that was a time to be alive. Caitlin Clark was hitting logo threes. The fan base was bigger than ever, and the Iowa Hawkeyes was the hottest thing in all of sports. Now, the article goes on to say, although it's impossible not to think back upon these days, finally with number 22 was setting NCAA records and leading the Iowa Hawkeyes to 2 consecutive national championship games. The person who got the best access to Caitlin Clark during these developmental college years was Lisa Bluder. Her Iowa head coach, Lisa Bluder, retired from coaching after Caitlin Clark's senior season in 2024, and longtime assistant coach Jan Jensen took the program over. Now, Jan Jensen has been doing pretty good as the head coach. They still ranked, I believe, but the article goes on to say, while Bluder has seen at Iowa games and is still part of the Midwest women's basketball scene, she occasionally does commentary on the Big Ten Network. She has certainly been out of the spotlight more than she was as a head coach, especially during the Caitlin Clark years. Now, Lisa Bluder did do an interview. Now, this interview right here is what is causing headlines. It stated, women's basketball, she's retired and approaching 65, but former Iowa head coach Lisa Bluder is anything but old news, as she called herself. She sat down for a chat with the Gazette on Monday. Here's what she had to say. Now, this from a dive into what Lisa Bluder had to say about Caitlin Clark and the current state of the WNBA. Lisa Bluder goes on to say 2 aspects really. First, during COVID, there was nobody in the stands. It was hard to build relationships because the isolation. To get her to become a good leader, it took time because she was used to doing everything on her own. But she learned it, and she learned it really well, Bluder stated. Seconds at the end of her career, there was so much noise, all the people that wanted a piece of her. I'm amazed at how she handled it. She didn't get a big head. She was still a goofy kid instead of becoming a prima donna, she added. So Lisa Bluder broke her silence about Caitlin Clark coaching her. Now, there is a flashback moment to this because Lisa Bluder did an interview with USA Today. That's what we're finna play right now, rotor footage.
Your daughter and your son's success. We got to start with one of your other, I guess, maybe, previous daughters, top athletes from Iowa. Of course, I'm talking about Caitlin Clark. Wow is all I can say. I mean, I can't imagine what the last 12 months have been like for her, but it seems like she handles every single piece of adversity thrown her way with poise and class. So in your opinion, how do you feel like she's handled it all, and have you had a chance to speak with her much?
Oh, I get to speak with her, absolutely. Sometimes during games, we'll text each other and talk about how the game flow is going, the Iowa Hawkeye games are going. But no, I think she's handled this unbelievably. You forget sometimes this is a 22-year-old, right? She's been named Time Female or Athlete of the Year and has had all kinds of things coming at her from all different types of directions. And with that publicity becomes some haters always, and that's unfortunate. But we really work hard at Iowa on putting the blinders on and just being able to be very tunnel visioned, and I think it's helping her right now.
Yeah, and you just said it, just named Time Player of the Year. I'm not sure if you're surprised, especially when you consider her impact not only on the WNBA, but sports as a whole. So I feel like some still don't see it that way. Like you mentioned, there's always going to be haters. But when you hear things like what Washington Mystics co-owner Sheila Johnson said, criticizing the choice of Caitlin for that award, I mean, what was your reaction to that?
Oh, it's silly to me that anybody's trying to take away from something that's so good in your sport right now. I mean, this is a person that's really helped athletics, helped women's sport in a way that nobody has helped women's sports maybe since Billie Jean King. So let's get on the bandwagon and help her out, make her life a little bit easier because she is helping all of us. And sometimes, we used to tell our team, listen, when Caitlin's light shines on her, it shines on all of us. And I think everybody else needs to embrace that a little bit better.
Yeah. Last question on her. When you coached her at Iowa last season, things were already hitting stratospheric levels when you talk about her fame. So how did you personally help keep her kind of calm and focused and on the main goal of really helping the team make it to the NCAA tournament?
She's really goal driven. And so if she thinks something's going to help her achieve the success, that team success, she's all on board. It was really easy keeping her focused on the prize. And I think her family, her parents are really good. They kept her grounded. So it really wasn't that hard of a challenge for us. We all knew what we wanted to do, and we tried to eliminate a lot of those outside distractions and focus on what we were doing, and that was trying to get try to get back to the Final Four and win a national championship.
I feel like I'm only 22 years old, but I act like I'm 10, so I don't know. I feel like I'm just a kid that plays basketball and has a lot of fun, and for me, like, coming into these arenas and these environments, like, I look around and it's incredible. Like, it really is. Like, I don't show up and expect, like, these crowds. Like, sure, like, maybe you've gotten a little bit used to it, but for me, like, that's not anything that ever gets old. It really is something that's really cool, like, especially as a young girl who grew up going to games. And, as a young girl, if I would have came to a game in a building like this and seen this type of crowd, I think I would have been kind of in heaven. So for myself, I think it makes me really happy. It makes me smile. It gives me a lot of joy to just see the impact that I've been able to have, my teammates have been able to have, women's basketball players all across the country have been able to have, and I hope it continues to grow because I feel like this league is really just, scratching the surface. There's so much that can continue to improve and continue to get better, and I hope I'm a part of that going forward, and, just being an advocate for every single person in this league, and, keep pushing this thing forward and enjoying it all at the same time and having a lot of